Introducing Fem Magic at femmagic.com. Plant-based feminine care, chemical-free and 100% vegan. Gentle liquid magic comes in easy-to-use and convenient products like Kuchiwa, our all-natural fem wash for day-to-day maintenance, which will keep your yoni feeling fresh, clean, and balanced. Vag Elixir, the botanical-based restorative power that combats odor, BV, dryness, and more. An aphrodisiac to naturally lubricate your skin and yoni. Go get yours today at femmagic.com. That's FEMmagic.com. Use code SassyDivine for a 5% discount. Welcome back. I am your host and the Divine Oracle, Lady Lovely. I thank you for returning to this channel one more time to visit with us in our tiny edge of the digital cloud. I want to announce that we will have some new changes coming to this channel very soon. New features along with a new channel name. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet. Be sure to subscribe and ring the bell. If you don't ring the bell, then YouTube will not alert you to the notifications when we have new posts here. So be sure that when you do subscribe, that you ring the bell for all. That way you get all of the notifications whenever I'm posting and or going live. And in the meantime, I want to say a strong, bold, feisty thank you to all of my current subscribers. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me your time and attention and making me one of your favorites here on YouTube. So today I'm introducing a new segment, Marvelous Masculine Monday. On Mondays, I will be highlighting a man or the majesty of men and or masculinity and why it's such a blessing and it's so vital to our lives as feminine creatures. So today's question for Marvelous Masculine Monday is, do we need men? Do we need men? Before we begin, if you find this content inspiring and enlightening or simply enjoyable, again, please be sure to like, share, comment, or subscribe. It's free. It's free. It is free. My goal for this channel is for it to be an escape, a retreat, a digital sanctuary, a warm, luscious space where your feminine spirit can be refreshed and inspired. So let's begin our discussion. Do we need men? Now, first I want to talk about duality. Okay. The earth and all of the worlds that live within the earth have dual energies. You have dark and light, positive, negative, yin, yang, love, hate, good, evil, masculine and feminine, ovulation, menstruation, inhale, exhale, chaos, and stillness. This duality is essential to all life. All living things, all creatures need these dual energies. Duality creates balance. While the feminine nature is chaotic and emotional, balance is essential for us. We need balance to magnify our physical and emotional well-being. And life itself is about balance. When we create balance in our lives, we have order. Order is essential because it allows us to have structure and systems. Both of these are important to a well-rounded life. No excess of any one thing, just perfect symmetry. The core fact is that we need men. We need them because their energy is the opposite of ours. And when the masculine energy is present with the feminine, we have balance. Recently, I had some life events occur, and in the midst of that turmoil, I had men, a lot of men coming into my physical, my living space, my presence, just on a daily basis. Lots of men around, men coming and going. The sounds of them in my home, their voices, their hands, just their whole being, whether it was over the phone or, like I said, in my presence. Masculinity was just on lock for about 2 weeks, maybe longer. It was very intense. And that's when I had the realization about this balance. Because most of the time, my life, like many of our lives, is dominated by feminine energy. Women are everywhere we go. Women are present. The women dominate in home, and many homes, in my home. You go to work, it's mostly feminine. You go to the store, it's mostly feminine. You go to the doctor, it's mostly women. Wherever you go, the women tend to dominate in this world today, in this country. But suddenly, men were on the scene. They were on the scene, and it was beautiful. I tried to first articulate this to two important people in my life, and I couldn't find the words to describe the feeling, the change in the atmosphere, the change in my spirit, the change just in the overall just aspect of my life, because suddenly there were just men, like I said, on the phone, in my presence, in my home, men. And so at the time I couldn't figure out how to, describe it, what the change was. I was just like, there's a change in the energy, there's a change in the dynamics. I feel something, but I couldn't get the words together. And I was actually talking to another man. And he said, balance. And I was like, yes. Okay, yes. Symmetry. Perfect symmetry. Yin and yang. Order and chaos. Light and dark. Both together. This is so important to our lives. I think we have gotten away from the core majesty, the core essence, the core value of masculinity. I think we've gotten far, far away from it, even into a place of thinking, I don't need men, and, girls rule the world, and so forth and so on. That's not how the Creator set up the earth. That's just simply not. There are trees that are masculine and feminine. Okay, and the tree itself, for those of you who suffer, as I do, with seasonal allergies, we are in fact allergic to the pollen. That is basically the seed essence, the semen, so to speak, of the masculine gender tree. That semen gets released into the air, and there aren't enough feminine trees of that same kind to capture that seed. So it just dusts the air. It dust coats your cars, and it gets on your clothes, and sometimes it covers the rivers, the waters. It's everywhere. Pollen. And it gets in your lungs. And it's not good for you. Many of us suffer greatly. And it's because we don't plant enough of the feminine trees to capture that seed when it is released. So both the feminine and the masculine are necessary. Now you want to know, why don't they plant the feminine trees? They don't plant feminine trees because, I should be saying female. They don't plant the female of the tree because the female tree, like the human woman, will menstruate. So those female trees will drop seeds and have a smell. A good example of this is the ginkgo biloba tree. I don't know if when I was a little girl, there were still quite a few of them, female trees, planted in the area where I live. Nowadays, you can't find them. They just have just the male trees, okay? But those female trees would drop these like little pink seed pods, and they would pop open when they hit the sidewalk, and this foul odor would come out. Now, I admit it was smelly. It was smelly, but it was like a menstruating tree. So they stopped planting. This is why they don't plant female trees, especially in cities, because of the mess, quote unquote, that they create. So they only plant the male trees, and then male trees release that pollen that then aggravates many of us, our upper respiratory systems. So you can see how duality is necessary. While it may create an inconvenience when the female is present with the male, but both need each other to reproduce, to continue life, to build legacy. Both female and male are necessary. There isn't one without the other. There isn't one. And if there is one without the other, there is this other problem, such as allergies. Okay? There's going to be a resulting issue when you don't have the two paired together. Like I said, yin and yang. Both are necessary. That creates balance, symmetry, order. And how many of us have gotten into a place in our lives where we know we're out of order, we're out of balance, there's too much chaos, there's too much of one particular energy dominating, and we need order. We need to get organized. We need to clean up. We need to learn how to manage things again. Sometimes we have to go outside of ourselves and get help, because the chaos is so overwhelming and beyond our ability to repair that we have to get help. So balance is vital to a well-rounded life. I had so many things I wanted to say about this. I just want us to think about balance. A lot of times I notice in this particular woke culture, there's a lot of, in certain circles, there's an emphasis placed on, having so many women and so many of a particular race, so many LGBTQ, so many, they want to have balance. They want it to be balanced and have all parties and walks of life represented. And I have nothing to say against that. I want you to think about, how are these two energies represented in your life? Is your life overwhelmingly emotional? Is your life overwhelmingly chaotic? Is your life overwhelmingly, disordered? How could a little masculine energy, and by that I don't even mean I'm not even saying you need a man, but maybe you do need a man, okay? But, you know whether you need a man or not. But either way, the masculine energy is what I'm talking about. Come and let it represent. Let it square up next to yours. Let it pair up in the natural order that was set for the earth and creation. We need balance. We can't just drink our favorite beverages all the time. We need to drink the things that we need. We need water. We have balance in our bodies, within the human system, there is a balance. And when things are out of balance, you have illness, you have dis-ease, you have some sort of disorder. Balance is essential, and we need to think about the balance that masculinity brings to the feminine. That is not without value. It is very important. If you happen to want a man, a husband, a boyfriend, or just want to bring masculinity into your life, because I mean, just to be quite honest, these days a woman can literally live her life untouched by men if she doesn't want to. She can just go about and quote unquote not need a man. Now, that's not really true, but you know what I'm saying. She doesn't have to take it on. She doesn't have to interact with men. Men don't dominate the society the way women do and the way men used to. Okay? So do you value the voice and presence of a man? Do you know what men want? What do they need from women? What are they looking for? Have you asked these questions of the men in your life? Have you talked to the men in your life in an intimate way? You know, talk to them about who they are and what they want, what they're looking for, what they need, how they are doing. Do you know that men have a higher incidence of self-deletion than women do? How is the mental health of the men in your life? Have you asked them how they doing? How you doing? Have you taken time to listen to them with an open heart? Is your heart open at all to the men that share your reflection, live in your neighborhood, ride your bus, go to your church? Is your heart even open to them? And I'm not talking about romance. I'm talking about human to human, male to female, yin yang, light, dark. That's what I'm talking about. What do men provide? Feminine creatures. What do they provide at all? Problem solving. They give us guidance and instruction. Protection, provision, which doesn't need to always be money or gifts. That provision comes in all formats. And procreation. Shout out to Father's Time and the Crimson Cure. Those are the 4 P's. Those are the major 4 P's that men bring into your life. They bring us a certain amount of organization and logic. We need that organization and logic to balance ourselves. Okay? And they need our emotions and nurturing. But this post is, do we need men? Absolutely. Again, even the flowers that grow outside, I love flowers. Inside that flower is a male part and a female part. There is a duality in the earth that we cannot escape. We cannot escape. And when we try, we create more chaos and disorder. We harm ourselves, we harm our children, we harm the world. Order is vital. It's in our bodies, it's in nature, it's everywhere. You can't escape it. Duality cannot be escaped. Excess is imbalance. Too much of the feminine energy is unhealthy. We need symmetry. The yin is essential to the yang. We must find a way to avoid excess and to avoid imbalance. Embrace the masculine energy. Find a way to invite it into your life, your heart, your home, your spirit. Because we all need it. And our children need it. Drop down in the comments. Share your thoughts on this topic. Let me know what you think about what I've said. Let me know, just share your thoughts with me in the comments below. As always, be sure to like it. For the algorithm, the more you like something on YouTube, the more YouTube will show it to other people. So if you want other people to join our little circle and edge of these YouTube streets, our little corner, then be sure to like the video. Of course, you can share it, comment. All those things help the algorithm and help to support the channel. Today's episode of My Sassy Divine Journey was brought to you by the letter F. F is for Fem Magic, the all-natural, toxin-free, and plant-based feminine product maker. Fem Magic will keep your beautiful garden fresh and dewy. Get yours today at femmagic.com. That's FEM magic.com. Use code SassyDivine for a 5% discount. And as always, until we meet again at the crossroads of Sassy Lane and Divine Boulevard, go get back your ooh.